Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Rifka Wardana. So in this change, I will answer the question of assignment on introduction of linguistic. So let's do this. Okay. Phonetic is the study and classification of speech sounds, which conquers about how speech sounds are produced, how they are used in spoken English, how we can record speech sound with written symbols, and how we hear and recognize different sounds. Okay, the means are there are three. 1. Speech organs or articulator, because in production of sound we need the tool for produced, and the tools are organs of body with function for sound production, namely mouth, lips, tongue, teeth, and etc. And 2. Speech sound, because speech sound can produce sound that are heard, or in the other words, what speech sounds are heard or spoken is not in the form of spelling, but everything is about what we hear. Then 3. Production of speech sounds, because this is where we produce the sound. Sorry about that. We replay. And then 3. Production of speech sounds, because this is where we produce the sound that we convey or say. The process is to flow air from the lungs to the oral cavity or nasal cavity, then produce different sounds, either consonants or vowel, according with the process. Okay. Consonant is alphabet that when sounded it obstruction by the airflow. So in consonant sound there is the place of articulation. So 1. Bilabial sounds. These consonant sounds are produced with putting two lips together. 2. Labiodental sounds. These consonant sounds are produced by contacting the lower lip and upper teeth. 3. Dental sounds. There are two. 1. These consonant sounds are produced by tip of the tongue. 2. These consonant sounds are produced by tip of the tongue touching upper teeth. And 4. Alveolar sounds. These consonant sounds are produced when the tip of the tongue intersect with alveolar ridge. 5. Palatal sounds. These consonant sounds are produced when the middle of the tongue touching the hard palate. And 6. Palato-alveolar sounds. These consonant sounds are produced by the alveolar ridge as the primary articulation and the palato as the secondary articulation, where this consonant can be articulated when the tip of the tongue touches the back of the alveolar and the middle of the tongue approach the hard palate. 7. Velar sounds. These consonant sounds are produced when the back of the tongue touching the soft palate. 8. Glottal sounds. These consonant sounds are produced when the flow is stopped by the glottis. So what is glottis? Glottis is the hole are located between larynx and vocal cords, where air flow into the lungs. 9. Labiovelar sounds. These consonant sounds are produced when the back of the tongue touches with soft palate and the lips are close together too. So in the consonant sounds, there are the manner of articulation. So the manner of articulation is 1. Stops or plosives. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sounds by closing oral and nasal sativi that the airflow is blocked. The blocked flow of air will produce air pressure in the oral sativi. 2. Fricative. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sound by blocking the airflow in the mouth, but does not create a complete closure, so that there is still air moving through the mouth and producing audible friction. 3. Affricative. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sound by blocking the airflow with the tongue in the mouth and releasing it slowly and then causing audible friction. 4. Nasals. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sounds by blocking the airflow through the oral sativi, so that the airflow can only pass through nose or nasal sativi. 5. Literals or liquid. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sounds by connecting the tip of the tongue to the back of the alveolar or upper gum, so that air can pass through both sides of the tongue. 6. Approximants or gliders. With this manner of articulation produces consonant sounds by making the articulator interact, e.g., the tongue and the alveolar ridge actually touching. Okay, vowel. Vowel is alphabet that, when sounded, is not obstructed by the airflow, or the airflow can move freely. So in the vowel sounds there are manner and place articulation too. 1. Opens of the mouth. With this manner and place articulation are produced by the mouth wide open to allow air can flow freely. The place of this articulation with the jaw is wide open. 2. Tongue elevation. With this manner and place articulation are produced by playing a decisive role in influencing the quality of the vowel by changing its position in the mouth. The position in the mouth is categorized into 3, namely high, middle, and low. 3. Position of the tongue elevation. With this manner and place of articulation, it will refer to where this elevation takes place on 3 horizontal positions, e.g., front, central, and back. 4. Lip shapes. With this manner and place articulation, usually use the shape of the lips. They are round and not round, or we can call it like O and smile, like this. 5. Duration of vocalization. With this manner and places of articulation, namely to produce long vowel and short vowels. There is in the word something. There are several words with actually lengthened and some are shortened. Okay, the last. Suprasegmental sound suprasegmental sound is the sound that accompanies the basic sound. So in the suprasegmental sound, there are two types, namely, one, stairs word. In stairs word is the emphasis given to the syllable. Two, intonation. In intonation can be defined as high and low, but intonation can also be interpreted as the speed of speech, emotion, attitude, gender, and mood.